My name is Bill Klausing. I'm the owner of Morgan Park Auto Service in Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, a couple questions. First off, how did Morgan Park start?
My grandfather started it a long, long time ago as an auto repair shop.
When did it open?
1940.
And when it opened, about do you know how many people were in it? It's kind of an additional question.
My grandfather and two mechanics.
And what did you guys mainly focus on?
Automobiles back then.
Back then? Okay. Where is it originally located at?
112th and Princeton in a garage behind a house
And that's in Roseland?
in Roseland.
Okay. And where is it located now?
112th and Halsted in
And
Chicago, which is Roseland as well.
what did the new building used to be?
Studebaker dealer. Cars. Studebaker car dealer.
And what did you guys build the old building, or was it you guys bought it after someone else had it?
The building we're in now, we bought from Studebaker building. The building before that was an old, I believe it was an old horse barn that my grandfather fixed up and used for his shop. That was located at 110th and Homewood in Morgan Park, which is a small enclave of Chicago, just like Roseland is.
Okay, and when that place opened, what kind of equipment did you have, and what was the area like?
The area was a lot like what it is now. It stayed stable over those years. Morgan Park, that is. The equipment they had was jacks. They had a pit outside that they could work underneath cars, and they had an in-ground hoist that could raise cars up to work on them in the building.
When was the new building built?
1937.
And you said that used to be an old Studebaker dealership.
Yes.
And when you started your company, what did you guys mainly focus on? Like your main customers?
Automobiles. Just people off the street, people he knew, friends, family, and regular customers that he developed over the years.
And it's different today, right?
Correct. Now it's all fleet customers, no local people and automobiles. It's all fleets, mostly railroads.
And what companies do you mainly work with?
The freight railroads, the local commuter railroad, some local construction companies, roofers, plumbers, things of that nature.
Who, and you said your grandpa started the business,
Yes,
and then from there your dad owned it, and now you.
correct.
And over the years, about how much have you changed the building?
The building we're in now, just normal maintenance, some improvements, different fence on the outside, different lighting, different windows. The basic size and shape has stayed the same.
And you've put an addition on, right?
That addition was put on before my grandfather and dad bought it, but that was put on 10 years after the building was bought, so that would have been added in 1947.
Okay, and when you started, when you moved into the new shop, what did you guys originally do?
By then it was more truck repair than autos, but we still did a lot of automobile repairs on people we knew and local residents. Back then, we knew a lot of the people, but the neighborhood had changed, and most of our friends and family had moved away, and we got more into the fleet repairs and local businesses than personal vehicles.
And you've been working there since how old?
17 years old, 1971.
And wasn't it a GM truck dealer for a while?
It was a GMC truck dealership from 1955 till 1975.
And what made you move away from that?
The GMC truck people wanted us to have a bigger location so we could inventory a lot more vehicles and be like the modern dealers that you see now. But our focus was more on service and repair than on sales. So we opted out of that and just stayed there and continued on with our repair work.
Is there any kind of history behind Morgan Park or anything about the area that's special to the shop or your family?
Well, to our family it is because I grew up there, my grandfather and my father did, and so right in that area, it was mostly Dutch people. There was 7 churches within a square mile, and most of the people lived within that 1 square mile, and it was a unique place to live and grow up. So yeah, it's kind of special because I grew up there as a kid, and so did my father and grandfather, and a lot of my friends and my family's friends.
And did you, when you worked there, what was like the most, like the biggest thing you've done? Like what's the like most, like the biggest job or?
I suppose the biggest jobs we do are replacing engines and transmissions. Every big kind of mechanical job you can think of. We never did any body work or tire work or like truck body replacements, so it was always repair or replace parts that are already on a truck.
And you still stick by everything you just said today?
Yes, we haven't changed the types of things we do. We never did get into tire work or body work, and we continue to do most all repairs that need to be done. We can handle there.
And how many employees do you have right now working full time?
3.
3? And how long have they been employed?
One of them has been there 35 years, one has been there 20 years, and one has been there 17 years.
And how did you find them to work at your company?
The one who's been there the longest is my brother-in-law, so I knew him. Another one is my son Jim, so I kind of knew him. And the other one is a young man who went to the same church we did. And I found out that he was looking for a job.
And how do they like working there today, as far as you know?
They're still there, so I guess they like it, as far as I know.
Okay. And is there anything like in the area, that stands out from, don't you live, like, isn't it by the Pullman district?
Yes, we are exactly 2 miles direct west of historic Pullman.
And have you ever done any kind of work for anything to do with that?
No, other than we have some customers who are located in the Pullman district, but nothing to do with the historical part of it or any of that.
Okay, do you have any contracts? You have contracts with Metra
Commuter Railroad.
Metra and then CSX?
Yes, we only have contracts with Metra. The other railroads, they just come to us because we've been working for them a long time, and apparently they like what we do. But we have no contracts with them.
So when you have something, a big job that comes in that you can't do completely yourself, do you have any other companies that you're friends with that you bring it to?
Well, there's certain specialty equipment mounted on some of these trucks, certain cranes and stuff that we can't handle, and I can usually recommend a resource for them to get it taken care of. There's a lot of those in the Chicagoland area. But a lot of stuff, we try and do what we can for them just to do the best we can for them.
All right, and my last question is, working at this, what has been your best thing, your most favorite thing about working at this place for so many years?
I really like fixing things. I like working with the customers who appreciate the work you do for them. And it's just, I've always enjoyed it, so I don't mind going to work every day.
Does it have anything to do with your family ties that you love it so much?
I'm sure, being that it was my grandfather's, my father's, that has something to do with it. They seem to like it just as well.
And do you take pride in everything that you do there?
Yes, we do. We do.
All right, thank you. Thank
Oh.
you for taking this interview.
My pleasure.